Well, hello there, you fantastic people. Hooligan here, and well, we've survived over 3,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. And this is the story of our next 1,000 days. We've done lots of things that I'm really proud of. Had a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. If you came to see the most epic build you've ever seen in your life, you're probably in the wrong place, honestly. But I do make some pretty cool things and have a whole lot of fun. So if you came to see some mediocre, awesome gameplay and hear a bunch of stupid dad jokes, oh, well, then you are definitely in the right place. Because that's how we roll. That's how we vibe. We're building up empires. We're building up kingdoms. And we're spreading them throughout our world. And as well as many other things. So, grab a snack, grab a friend, grab a drink, and buckle up because we're about to do some Minecraft. Well, welcome back, you beautiful people. We are starting our next 1,000 days. We are sitting at roughly 2,100 as we start this episode. And well, we've done some pretty crazy things. In the last 1,000 days, we finished our castle for the most part. We built an entire kingdom around it. We built this awesome zoo. I love this zoo so much. We still have a couple hostile mobs to get in this bad boy, but it's mostly done. We also erected an entire city. Oh my gosh, did that drain my brain quite a bit. We have just a couple more builds that we want to do just to get this thing started because we need a few more farms. And then we are going to go fighting. We are taking on the new trial chambers because this last couple episodes been a lot of building. Now we are getting right into it because I am so freaking excited about a new fight. And I do not mean that sarcastically. I really need a good fight. I haven't really went fighting in quite a while. I've almost died several times, but not really to a fight. Anyways, we're going to whip up 3 quick farms here. Now, this one here, that's a moss farm. Also can be used for a bone meal if you just modify a few things. Now, the design is not mine. It was actually, I learned how to do it from basic redstone. I modified it a little bit, but it's still their design, so I'm giving the credit there. So we got that one done, which is going to be coming clutch because I got tired of going and just turning stone into moss. It was so annoying. But we also wanted to have a sniffer farm. Now we have the sniffers over at the zoo, but that's just their habitat. These guys will actually produce pitcher pods and torch flowers for us. So yet another farm that I really want to use because, well, as we expand our empires, if you guys watched the last episode, we are planning to do some crazy stuff. We are going to be sprouting up new kingdoms all over the world, and one of those is heavily going to be involving flowers. I'm not going to spoil it though. Speaking of which, the new tough blocks are absolutely amazing. Originally, the copper block was my favorite. Not anymore. The new tough block takes it. It's the winner. It's absolutely gorgeous. Every version of it. But yeah, anyways, this is our little bee farm. Now, it's supposed to be like a little greenhouse, and this thing's going to serve 2 purposes. One, it's going to be pretty. 2, it's going to produce all the honeycomb we could ever need because I filled the dispensers completely with shears. It should never run out, I don't think anyways. And it's also going to be where we store all our plants and seeds because I did not want to put them in the actual storage room. It just didn't seem like they should go there. They should go in the greenhouse. But yeah, so we just whip up a quick little interior as we're thinking about how we want to attack this trial chamber. And well, we're definitely going to have to gear up just a little bit, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. All 3 of our farms are done. Now, we still have a couple farms we want to do later on in this episode, but not right now and not right here. But we want to tie this path in. And this is a beautiful thing because this officially completes our city, our capital. This is the last little bit. Anything else I do, I'll probably just do off camera, and it'll be like adding little details to stuff I just left alone, like some of the new tough block into the castle and little bitty things. But as far as dedicating any episodes or times to it, no, this thing is 100% done, and we are ready to move on to a new kingdom. Now it's time to get ourselves geared up. Now, you guys know I normally don't wear a chest plate. I pretty much keep my elytra on at all times. Oh, that stupid anvil just broke. Whatever. Now, in this situation, though, I am going to make one and bring it along because I have no idea whatsoever how difficult the new breezes are going to be. I haven't really researched the new update too much because I like to just find things out on my own for the most part. So we go ahead and make ourselves the royal tank top because I know you cannot shoot the breezes. They just deflect the arrows. So I will have to get up close and personal. So we got our little tank top here in case we need it. And I'm also going to make myself a shield. I don't really use shields either. I'd rather keep the totem in my hand. However, I'm unaware of whether the shield can deflect the breeze's attack. So I am going to make one and just bring it along. And this is going to be our trash can lid. And, well, it's going to be our forever shield for the rare times we use it. Well, let's get going. All right. Here's our plans for this episode, and I am so excited. Step 1. Well, we've already done step 1. We pretty much finished the entire capital. Step 2. We are going to go about 5,000 blocks north. I believe that's how far it was, to our portal at our little slime fields. We don't really use that slime field since we got our slime spawner of the Steampunk City. And anything north of that will be new chunks. So we are going to find a village and have a cartographer hopefully give us a map to a trial chamber. Yeah, I think we got everything we could possibly need. Like, I cannot think of anything else we could need. Yeah, we should be good to go. Yeah. And then after that, I want to start a new kingdom. I'm not going to spoil that just yet, but it's going to be pretty cool. And then I also, if we have time, I want to get an additional hostile mob in our habitat over at the zoo. I'm thinking maybe wither skeleton. That shouldn't be too bad. I don't even think they burn in sunlight. We'll find out, though. I should probably look that up or something before I try it and waste my time. And then, yeah, we're just going to see what happens and see if I survive this trial chamber. I don't really know what I'm to expect. All I know is I'm going to be fighting stuff and using keys on vaults, I think. I don't know. Let's go find out. And we're back to chapter 2. Man, this has been quite a freaking journey. Sometimes I don't realize how much time I've spent in this world, but it is, I think it's been around 350 hours so far. Oh, anyways, let's go north and try to find a village. Okay, now we got ourselves a village. We're going to quickly steal all their hay bales, and we're going to try to see if we can't get a map. I'm going to need a compass. No compass in our shulker mess, but we do have all the job blocks. So we trade with this dude for some redstone. And we just jump over to a little hole next to the desert. Oh, it's actually in the desert for a little bit of iron. So we can make this compass up and get this map journey going. Alright, let's see how far away this thing's going to be. That's pretty close. Yeah, that's right over there. Kind of sucks that it's in the jungle and not over there, though. Oh well. Alright, I guess it's time to start digging. As we start our first chamber, I'm going to tell you right now, I spend about 8 hours grinding on these things. So I'm going to pick the best footage, and there's going to be some awesome fights, and otherwise it would be a 9 million hour episode. Alright, so there's our first vault. I think that's the super special one. I think we need Bad Omen for that. Now, these first little bouts here, these are just testing the waters before you learn to run and just blitz these things. Now, these bogged, I thought they were going to be a little stronger than they actually are. They're really not that bad. Whenever you put a chest plate on, which I forgot to do right here, if you keep eating your golden carrots, it's not very likely that you're going to die. Now, the breezes that we fight here in just a little bit, they are even weaker. I really expected those to be very strong. Like I said, I didn't really research anything. I wanted everything to be a surprise. We unlock our first little spawner there, and it gives us some lame bread. Second one doesn't do any much better. Any much better? Man, I'm so good with words. It just gives us a little potion. But this one here finally gives us something that we're actually looking for. Alright, we got our first key. Now, in this episode, we're straight in it to win it. We're not stopping until we get everything we can. So we start with the pottery sherds. We need 5 of each of them. We also want 2 of the new banner patterns and both the new armor trims. I think that's about it. I honestly don't know what else can be in here, but those are the things that we're after. We open up our first chest after fighting some more of the bogged. Nothing great, honestly. We do get one of the new music discs, which is pretty sweet. It's definitely in the collectible section. I actually just forgot to mention that. And as we go on here, we played a little cautious at first, and here very shortly we just start blitzing everything. We put the bow away, and we just melee everything to death. With the golden apples and the golden carrots, we're not really that worried. And this is by far the most fun I've had fighting in Minecraft in quite a while. We take out our first breezes. Like I said, they are not very dangerous. If anything, they're just like an environmental hazard. Yeah, so we open up a couple more chests, and once again, the loot is disappointing. And right here, we're starting to realize we need bad omen, or we're not going to get anything good. Those chambers weren't really giving us anything we really wanted without the bad omen. And the fights weren't even all that great, so we needed something to amp it up. So we start murdering captains for some bottles. We end up getting about 4, and we're going to go back and fight this thing in ominous mode. What are you dudes doing? Just not where you're supposed to be. Ominous mode is engaged. This really made these trials much more fun. They were pretty easy without it, honestly. Even with it, not very hard. It really depends on the spawners you get, but none of them are that difficult. But lots and lots of fun. Alright, let's see what our first ominous trial key gets us. Enchanted apple. And, okay. We pitter-patter our feet along to the next fight. And we forgot to put our chest plate on, so we're taking a fair amount of damage. Nothing that had me too worried, and oh my gosh, that dude just kamikazed. That was actually really cool. That was like some superhero landing stuff. Yeah, so we're just trying to collect up as many keys as we can. And some of these spawners are definitely worse than the others. Like the silverfish one here, whoever is going to die to a silverfish spawner? Okay. Oh yeah, so we got the new float armor trim, and we got 2 diamonds. That one was not bad. And we still got lots of bad omen left. Our bow's looking fine. We got plenty of food, golden apples. Yeah, we're going to keep going until we try to get this mace. Ominous vault number 4. Okay, do we have that one? Pretty sure that's the one we already got. Is there more than one armor trim? As we're watching these guys, I'm wondering, what if I put like wither roses around the spawners? Will they just kill them for me? Like, how easy would it be able to make a farm out of these guys? So, I just realized something. I did not put on my chest plate. I was wondering why I was taking so much damage from these guys. I thought it was just because they were buffed up from the trial omen. No, I just wasn't wearing my chest plate. Honestly, I don't really think I need it. But, for the sake of this series not ending, I'm going to put it on. Alright, I think this is the last ominous vault of the entire chamber. Okay, new music disc. I don't think I have that one yet. Alright, well, I've done every ominous vault in this whole place. At least I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not sure how big these things can be. But I think we need to go find another one. But before I do that, I have to go repair my bow, because I broke it. I might come back here and steal all this copper, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm going to do that. But not on camera, because that would be boring as crap. Alright, our bow's all fixed up, and we're going to try this again. But we're not going back to that one, because we already opened all the vaults. We flew around a whole lot of this world, but I don't think that we went too far to the west because it's just jungle and jungle and jungle and more jungle. So I'm going to go a significant distance that way and try to get another villager to give me a map. Alright, that doesn't look too far away either. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some trial chambers. So yeah, Operation Trial Blitz is a go. And we are looking to get every little bit of things that we need. All the collectible stuff, as I said earlier. And the reason I bring this back up again is because, well, it's kind of weird. All of the rarer stuff, like the rare trim, the stuff you get from the ominous keys, I got so much of it. I got like 6 of the rare trims. Now the non-rare trim, the one you get from the normal key or just the chests in the trial chamber, I didn't get any until the very, very end. And we go through 7 of these chambers. 7. Yeah, until we get it. But I don't really have too many complaints because it was a really, really good fight. I enjoyed it so much. I would even come back here and goof around, just fighting things for absolutely no reason. These kind of feel like what dungeons should have been in the first place. But, you know, the game was early in its stages and, well, it took a while to get to this point. But it is a big, big improvement over your normal little dungeon fight. I truly, truly enjoy it. Just, you know, opening vaults, fighting mobs, you know, getting attacked by hordes of angry toddlers. Yeah, this one right here, for whatever reason, only spawned the toddlers. I don't know why. I don't know if it was just luck or what. But, yeah. And then we finally get our score. Oh, that's it. That's the heavy core. And a Windburst book. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Finally. Finally. Ugh. Seriously? We did 7 chambers. Didn't get any of the bolts. And now we just literally got 2 within 30 seconds. Another enchanted golden apple. Ooh, breach 4. That's actually pretty good. Alright, we're getting out of here. I'm just digging up. Alright, so we're sitting at day 2200. And well, those trial chambers, they were a breeze. You feel free to leave the channel right now for how lame that dad joke was. But I did sort all this out, so you guys can kind of see what you'd expect to get from doing, like I said, I did 7 chambers. Now this is all the really good stuff, and there were some vaults that I did not open. I ran out of keys or whatever, various reasons. We got enough cores to make 3 maces. We got a trident, which is actually supposed to be one of the really rare ones. We got 6 of these smithing templates here, and at the end we got the really annoying, apparently for me to get, bolt trim. Fair amount of diamonds, the new music discs, we actually got a lot of those. 4 enchanted golden apples. That seems a little OP. If you collected enough of those, you'd be invincible. Like, yeah. Plenty of the batter patterns, and way more shards than we're ever going to need. And this is just some more overflow. Plenty of decent books. We got 4 of the Windburst. We even got the Breach 4, which is, I think, that's what we're going to use on our mace. I don't really think I want the Windburst on it. And then, of course, just other random pickups. There's a ton of stuff I left behind. I just had no inventory space. And tons of copper blocks. Once again, left a ton of it behind. I'm still going to go back and get some as I need it, probably. And, of course, tons of special arrows from the various skeletons in there. And, wind charges, these breeze rods come really easy when you got looting. Like, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with these. They really need to add something else for it to do, because maybe it makes potions or something? I don't really know. And, of course, we collected all the tough blocks. We did not throw these away. These are just as valuable as the treasure loot to me, because I'm going to be using a lot of it. And I probably left about 5 times these potions right here on the ground back in the trial chambers. Oh, the dispensers just were filled with them. Speaking of dispensers, awesome way to get a ton of them. I think I got 2 stacks. Oh, 1.5. I left a lot of the dispensers behind. Like I said, inventory space. And this is just kind of the other just random loot we collected. These here, apparently, a lot of normal dungeons like to generate within the chambers. So if you're looking for a dungeon for a farm or whatever, they're there. Like, I found 3 dungeons out of the 7 chambers. That's a pretty good ratio. And of course, since you're fighting tons and tons of things, the mob drops just roll in. String's really easy to get in here because of the effect that turns things into string when you kill them. But all in all, this was an awesome journey. Yeah, so we got to get to building some stuff. I have just fought my brain out. But first, let's go make this mace. For right now, we're going with breach, mending, and unbreaking. I don't want to do the wind charge and whatever the other enchantment is that launches you up in the air just yet, because I don't know how the mechanics work. And if I died to my own weapon, that would be a really embarrassing way to end this series. So until I play around with that, this is what we're going to do. Okay, it's been 600 days since we updated our map. It's a little early to do so, but we're going to do it anyways, because we're turning this thing from a 3x3 to a 4x4. We got a little map haul over here, and oh, by the way, these paintings are fantastic, beautiful. And these are for our next thousands of days, and this is the one we're currently going to be working on. We'll be updating this one over these next 1,000 days. And the reason we want to do this is because we need all this extra real estate for the massive projects we're going to be doing, new kingdoms we're going to be rising up, and just other cool random stuff. So I'm going to go update this real quick. Let's go see how it turns out. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm not proud of. Have I ever embarrassed myself in front of a crowd? Oh yeah. Have I ever eaten a burrito in the shower? Maybe. But everything I've done in this world, I am so very proud of. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, day 2200. It's a couple days after now, but roughly 2200. And this is our kingdom. It is massive so far, and this just expanded it out. Now, also, is there any way to get rid of those markers right there? They're really annoying. I don't like them. Anyways, so here's our plans. One, we're going to build a ocean kingdom right here. It's going to be fairly large, and there's going to be a guardian farm included into it. Now, I'm not going to do the normal thing and do glass. The only thing that's going to be glass will be the actual guardian farm. Everything else is going to be like a massive kingdom, probably out of some type of stone. I haven't really figured that out yet. Probably going to be using a lot of the new tough block, honestly. And it's going to be awesome. And here, this is going to be like a smuggler's faction. I'm approaching this like it's an RPG map. Like I said in the last episode, I'm a big fan of RPGs. So I got a steampunk city down here. That'd be the steampunk faction. Over here, we might do some elves. Down here, like a barbarian camp. And we'll just keep going and going and going until this thing is filled up with all kinds of cool stuffs. But right now, I have a lot of grinding to do. So sit backs and we're going to have a lot of montages. Now we get ourselves a chorin, and the reason I'm showing this footage is because I want you guys to see how much grind work goes into these larger builds. Now luckily for us, we are pretty well stocked up from all the previous excavations and stuff we've done. But there's things like sand and other things that we still have to go grind for. Wood's the big one. And this next project we're going to be doing here in just a second, just for the farm portion, is going to take about 10 hours, not including another 10 or 15 hours to make it look cool. Now, we've been needing a place to make potions. Up until now, we've just been doing it over at the bar, but we needed a dedicated spot. So we chose this little house that we built in our little market area, and that's going to be our little brew house. I thought it came out pretty cool. I really do enjoy doing interiors. I might add some little more interiors to the other houses as well. And the last thing we really needed a lot of was a ton of coal. And not just for this, we just need a lot of it in general, but we do need it for this farm. Alright, so if you couldn't tell by now, we have an ocean to drain. We have 18,000 gravel and sand blocks. We have our beacon for once we drain it so we can destroy the monument. We got ourselves 15 potions of invisibility. So we are almost ready to go drain this ocean. However, we are not doing very well on sponges. Got plenty of stuff to dry the sponges out. Not enough sponges. One stack is not going to do. Now, I've already done a couple ocean monuments on camera, and, well, I'm not going to bore you guys to death. I'm going to go raid a bunch really super duperty quick, and if there's anything cool, I'll show it. If not, I'll be back in a minute. Now, this is not the first time that I have drained an ocean monument. It was actually, I believe, one of the first videos I ever posted on YouTube. I think it's way down in the cool stuff for cool people section. And if you watch it, don't judge too harshly. I was very new to editing, and, well, it is what it is. But I still enjoy doing it. Now, we're doing it completely different in this one. Well, not how we drain it, but what we do after we drain it, and after we build our farm. We are going to build a giant, like, octagon-ish type shape citadel. The idea is in my brain. I don't really know how to describe it. All I'm going to tell you is it's going to be pretty cool. Now, draining an ocean monument is absolutely mind-numbing. Let me tell you how your thought process goes. You say, dude, wouldn't it be awesome if I would drain an ocean monument? And then you start doing it, and you're like, okay, well, this is really annoying, and my brain's melting. And then you finish it, and you're like, oh, it's awesome, but I don't ever want to do this again. And here I am doing it for the second time. So yeah, there's that lovely fact. But you know what? For the sake of the world and for the sake of the video, I'm enduring it. And well, we're gonna rock this out, and then I'm gonna show you what I have planned for this. $32 just in gameplay on this episode so far, not including editing. And well, your dude's brain's a little tapped. I got a little bit left in me, but not a whole lot. This city is not for this episode. This was stage 1. The next episode is going to be stage 2, and that's where we build the city. And we're going to do some other cool stuff too, because your boy always have plans on plans on plans. Now, we were originally going to build this city out of the material from this farm, minus the ink we have to go get to make the dark prismarine. But I think I want to do it more of a Greek, I don't want to say Atlantis, but like a Greek ocean city, with like ports coming out here, towers, a grand central capital building, and just cover this up. I was originally going to incorporate this into the city, but I've done that before. And also, I want to use more of the greens, the blues, and the whites in our elven city we're going to be doing way, way, way over there at some point. At least I think that's where it's going to go. And I don't want to overuse my color palettes. So that's our plan for now. But we still have one little thing we want to do before we call this thing an episode. Let's go do that. And that last thing we wanted to do was to put some exhibits in our museum from all the stuff that we grinded so hard for. And instead of doing it with sherds on one side and trims on the other side, we decided each one needs its own section. Like, for instance, this right here is everything we can get from the trial chambers. Now, not everything has, like, sherds and templates. So this one here, this little individual, this is going to be for the wild trim. The same thing with the ocean, the tide trim. That's all you can get from the ocean monument. If there were sherds that would go with it, I would put it in its own section. But these guys are loners. I swear, it is always raining. Like, always. Whatever. Anyways, we have some new exhibits in our museum. And our plan here, as we collect the entire collection of a section, like, obviously, I said this was the trial chamber section, which it is. It has every rare thing we could get from it. But let's say here, we got all the stuff from the trial ruins, all the sherds, all the armor trims. Well, that would go here if it'll fit. If not, we'll make another section for it. And this might get moved around and changed as I go, as I need space. Because, well, I just can't tally in my brain how much rare stuff there is. But all the rare stuff I want to be in here. And when it's done, I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to be modified and adjusted many times, but as we go, it's something I want to work on. Maybe like do one section per episode, maybe? That might be pretty cool. Because we're not done with the city. Like, we're not abandoning it. This is still home. But we're just not doing any big builds. But for now, I am out of time. I need a day to revamp my brain, and then I am going right back to that ocean way over there, and I'm building an awesome city. It's going to be big, and it's going to be quite a lot of work. I truly hope all you dudes enjoyed this episode as much as I had making it. And as always, I hope you all have the loveliest of days. Later, dudes. Alright, my dudes, my peoples, aliens riding mopeds, anybody else that might be listening. Welcome back to chapter 15, and oh yeah, we gonna do some Minecraft. Okay, now last episode, we left off by draining that ocean over there, and yeah, we're gonna build a kingdom out of that. But a couple other things we want to do in this episode is we want to get 2 more hostile mobs in that habitat, so I can cap that building off and call our zoo done. At least until Minecraft adds some new mobs, or we come up with an idea of something we want to add to it. Now, also, we want to add something into the museum over there, a new exhibit. I'm not sure which one yet. But anyways, let's get on this grind and do some building and adventure. Fair warning, there's going to be a lot of building in this one. So if that's not your jam, well, it is what it is. But if you want to join me, I'd love to have you. Let's do it. And of course, we do our trademark thing of starting this episode off with, biting off way more than we can actually chew. I say jokingly, but also not jokingly. It's sometimes I do commit way more than I can actually get done in an episode. But whatever, we're gonna see what I can do because that's just how I roll. And in this one, we are setting up our canvas for our ocean kingdom, and we're gonna lean hard into a Greek theme, a big port city. Now, I don't know if anybody in here knows much about Greece, but it's basically just a bunch of islands that are all ports and whatnot. I don't even think they really have trees and stuff, or very little anyways. It's mostly island, and that's the vibe we're going for. This will be our ocean citadel. So I slap some caffeine into my brain, and I get to building stuff. Now, this area here is supposed to be our shipwright. At least that's what I believe it's called. I didn't look it up because I was lazy. But if it's not what it's called, it's what I'm calling it, and it's going to be a word from now on. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, I wanted 2 areas where ships are being built. I wanted one to be an almost complete ship, and the other one to either be empty or a bare bones just started ship. I kind of like the idea of leaving it empty and maybe like a bunch of supplies like they're getting ready to build a ship. But anywho, we are going to lean into the red roof on this one just because that seems like a Greek theme. I don't really know. And it's supposed to be like the bustling area of the city. Being that it's a port city, they're going to need a lot of fish to feed the community. They're going to need ships for naval passage and combat. It's just a very key factor of any city that's surrounded by water. And I wanted it to look like just tons and tons of work is being done in here. And as far as the floor, this is one of the few areas of the city we're going to be leaving mostly stone. The rest is not going to be, but it seems like it should have moss on it. Moving on to our docks. Now, we don't want any floating docks in this build. No. We're going to be bringing the ocean floor all the way up to our builds in this one. We might have a little beach area that might have a little bit of sand and dirt, but mostly it's going to be stone. Just seems fitting. And if we do a beach, whatever. It's going to be a rocky style beach, and I think that actually might look really cool. So let's just go ahead and plan this city out, and I'll be back in just a second. All right now, my dudes, my awesome peoples. We have our shipwright done. We have our dock pretty much done. There's not a whole lot more details I'm going to be adding to those, maybe a little bit. And we got plenty of little houses we're going to be putting around here. Some of them are going to be coming out the side of this little, I don't know what this thing is. It's going to be like my little home, but there's going to be houses surrounding it. That's going to be a fishery. I think a little market right here would be pretty cool. And I want that to be an amphitheater. And I'm thinking that's going to be some type of cathedral or something. I don't know. I'm going to do this on the fly. You know how I roll. And this here is going to be like a vineyard garden type area. Almost like a courtyard, except it doesn't connect to anything. I feel like I could make that look pretty cool. But anyways, one thing is for sure. Our guardian farm underneath us is rocking. And let me tell you right now, I never, ever, ever want to drain another ocean monument again. So instead, how about we drain a river? Yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm not joking about this. I'm actually going to drain this river. But it's for good reason. It's not really something I want to do. It's something that we need to do. Because, well, in the Ocean Kingdom, we're going to be using a lot of reds and whites and bluish greens. Yeah, I'm certain that somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. But in order to gain a lot of the block I'm trying to use, I have to combine this with the, well, the Guardian Farm. Otherwise, the Guardian Farm is basically useless to me. Yeah, you'll see shortly. Just trust me on this. But once we get this done, I don't plan on draining anything else in this world. Of course, I say that, and who knows what's actually going to happen. But at least not in this episode, I'll tell you that right now. But we're going to go ahead and just grind this out real quick. And this took about 8 hours to do. And oh my gosh, once again, my brain just turned to jello. Not even a good flavor of jello. Like, I don't even know what the flavor would be, but it's pretty gross and disgusting having to do this all over again. And this was actually kind of worse than the ocean, if I'm being honest. But anyways, let's get this done, and I'll show you why we've been working so hard on these two projects.
Hey, hold up.
Alright, we have one heck of a mess going on here. But everywhere that a squid should be able to spawn should be gone now. So let's fly off and come right back and see if we wasted 9 hours or if we get something good out of this. Alright, it looks like it's going to be working pretty good. Oh yes, this will work nicely. Alright now, our squid farm is just a-rolling. And let me tell you, this thing produces 948,000 billion ink per minute. Don't yell at me in the comments. I'm totally joking, okay? Yeah, 100%. However, I ran it for about 30 minutes and got a double chest and a half full of ink, so we are going to be stacked there. For sure. Now, I'm going to clean up all this mess, but I'm not going to show that on camera because I don't want to bore y'all to death. And I actually might come down here and put like a little ruined city down here because, well, I think it might look cool being this deep in the jungle. But before we go doing some adventure, because I can't just jump right back into building after spending 120 days on what we've already done so far, let me show you exactly why I put roughly about 10 hours into this and about 15 hours into our Guardian farm. It ain't for this block. This block's gross. Ugh. I mean, it's alright. Whatever. This one here, much better than this one, but still not the greatest. But this glorious block, oh, it's beautiful. And we have pretty much infinite supplies. So we are ready to roll on our city. But first, I think I'm going to go try to get myself killed in the Nether. And we might excavate some ruins. Maybe add a little exhibit to the museum. That sounds pretty fun. Let's do that. Okay, well, we got things pretty much cleared up. And we also collected 4 shulkers of ink, and that wasn't even all the ink. But we noticed something. The whole time we were doing that, we didn't realize this temple was right here. Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing we really need inside of it, but we can still check it out. So there really wasn't anything great inside that temple. We didn't need any of it. However, there's that mesa right there. We have our farm right there. And we might start linking everything together on the nether roof with nether portals. Because, well, it's a lot faster than flying in the overworld. And that might just be a good project for us to do in general. Make it look cool. Anyways. Alright, so we converted one entire chest of ink into dark prismarine. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Oh, the reason I love this so much is because if you want to get this without making farms, you clear out an entire, and I mean an entire ocean monument, you get like 2 stacks. And that does not last for like but a building. Well, if it's a decent sized building. But whatever. I'm done talking about it until I start using it again. And I'll talk about it again because it's an awesome block. But I want to go excavate some stuff. Excavate? I'm going to go dig stuff up. Anyways, I don't know if you can put mending and unbreaking on a brush, but I'm going to go try real quick, and then I'm going to go try to find some sherds and put a new exhibit in the museum. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Alright, so I think we want to do the desert exhibit. We already have the armor trim, I believe, and if not, we'll probably get it from excavating. We need 4 sherds, well, 5 of each of 4 sherds from temples, and then there's 2 that can be found in the desert wells. So we are going to go, I don't know, southeast, probably over past where we were mining in our desert, and see if we can't find some structures and get these sherds. So the desert over by our raid farm is an absolute bust. There's no temples. Yeah, it sucked. We did get a couple of the sherds, but almost everything else we get is absolute garbage. I actually just at some point start breaking the blocks when I realize there's not a sherd coming out. But yeah, we give up on this one here in just a second, and we start heading over to the west. And along the way, any village we come across, we naturally rob them of all their hay bales. Because that's just what you do. But I'm only going to show one because I raid like 12 villages. We also stop and do a couple shipwrecks. Not shipwrecks. Buried treasures. Yeah. And, just anything we see, we try to excavate. Now, in these temples, just look for the sand in one of the corners, and that will be where the secret room is, aka where the sherds will be. Also, get a fair amount of diamonds out of these, too. Just collecting a couple more, but we need tons. Now, a little tip here on these desert wells. I didn't realize it at first, but one block will spawn on the top layer, and another one will spawn on the bottom layer every single time. There's no reason to dig around otherwise. Now, when we set off on this journey, we were thinking half an hour, we'd come back with all the sherds we could ever need. Oh my gosh, were we so very, very, very wrong. I ended up doing this for about 6.5 hours because my time management is awesome. Actually, people in my life are always telling me I need better time management. And I'm like, I disagree. I think time should just work more efficiently for me. Come on, time, get it together. Like, pull your weight. And they usually back down from the argument right away, because I'm so right. They definitely don't like roll their eyes and shame at me and walk away. But anyways, we put the 6 hours into this, and it is what it is. And do I regret it? No. Was it annoying as crap? Absolutely. Specifically, these cold ocean ruins. The desert ones, or not the desert, the warm ocean ones with the sand are very, very easy to see for me. The gravel ones, not so much. And I'm not sure what was going on here with my character. I think because I flew into the ocean, it sticks you in flying mode. So my dude's just doing barrel rolls and all kinds of weird crap. Anyways, let's rock out this little montage, and then let's get back to some more fun stuff. Oh, finally, we got our last mourner. Ugh, it took literally freaking forever. But it is what it is. Okay, so we got all of our shards from the desert wells. We now have all of the ones from the cold ocean. I think I might have some extras of these in back at base. And I tapped out all the temples to the west, east, and south. So I have no choice but to go north to find these last two. Oh, we're so close. All right. Officially, all we need is 2 skull pottery shards, and we are done with the desert and the ocean. Yeah, that's pretty successful. This has taken about 35, 40 days, though. Anyways, let's try to finish this off. Okay, one more. Okay, now, I have a theory. We have been looking for these last couple skull shards for quite a while, like probably about 12 temples, and we have got none. Now, every time we do a temple, besides a couple of them where we probably got the other skull shards, it spawned over here where you would dig for the archaeology. And this one, it spawned over here. I'm wondering if that dictates which shard you're going to get. I don't know. It's a theory. Never said it was a good theory. Okay, now let's whip up a few new exhibits. You know, as I'm starting to put these in, I think this is going to look pretty cool when it's done. Anyways, let's get to work. After spending so much time on collecting all this crap, we wanted to put together our Hall of Swagger with everything we have as of right now. Now, it turns out we ended up having a lot more than we thought we did. There's not a whole lot of things we still actually need. Now, this is our desert exhibit, obviously, and my favorite thing of that one is probably the brewer shard. Now, right here, we revamp how we're going to display our armor trims that have no shards or other collectibles attached to them. Like, that's all you can find in the area in which you find them. Using some pistons to encase them in glass. And then we got our ocean section. This is the warm ocean section, which that little turtle shard, pretty freaking awesome. And the cold ocean section, I really like the mourner. I think it's supposed to be like a warden. Yeah, that one was a pain to get, by the way. And then for our mob heads, we go ahead and use some pistons to shove these things down in the ground because we just didn't want them sitting anywhere. This way we can encase the tops in glass. If you try to do it without it, it does not work. All right, now our museum is really starting to come together. We actually have almost all the trims that go in this section. I think we have every single one except the silence, which I'm not dealing with that right now. So we actually might go and breed up a couple villagers and have them become armorers so we can use their trades to get the armor to, make the displays. Because I do not have nor want to use my raw diamonds to do that. I only have so many and they're going pretty quick and I don't really want to go mining right now. Over here, this section is reserved for everything you can get from a trial chambers. They're not trial chambers, trial ruins. There are 7 shards and 4 armor trims, plus a unique music disc. That ain't for this episode. That's just too much work. I've already excavated too much crap. And then here is our mob heads. We got skeleton. That'll be wither skeleton. That one right there will be zombie. And then, of course, the creeper. I didn't put a spot for the new piglin because I think I'm going to put that with the pig step disc. Now, I do have a data pack installed called All Mob Heads. You guys know this. I've talked about it before. Now, those are just for funsies. They're not really included in the base game, and I'm all about vanilla Minecraft, so they do not get put in the museum. But yeah, I think I want to finish this section before we move on. It'll be really quick, and I think it'll start tying everything together. Let's go do that. We start turning these dudes into diamond armor dispensers, and this is cool for two reasons. One, it's going to give us all the armor we need for our exhibit in the museum, as well as an extra set of armor. And the reason we need this is all our armor has thorns on it. We need a set that does not, because we're going to need to go get charged creepers in order to get the other mob heads for the rest of our exhibits. And we don't want, skeletons and stuff, whatnot, killing themselves on our thorns. Now, we spent every single diamond we have except one, plus 2 raw ores over in the storage room, just in case a wanderer trader comes by with a mini block trade. I like to collect those for funsies. But anyways, we start whipping these together, and looking back on whenever I did my netherite armor, I chose Spire. And honestly, if I would have had the ward or just knew how awesome it looked with the red trim, I probably would have done that. Because look at this right here. Oh my gosh, this is going to look amazing. I love it. Probably my favorite one. But yeah, we just want to get all these in, and we want to also display the trims, the templates in front of them as well. I thought it came out pretty cool. Okay, we have seriously been on our grind in this episode, and our museum's starting to look pretty cool. I also added some banners just in the corresponding spots. Like, for instance, those are ominous banners, and they go with the pillager stuff. The snort goes with the snort. No, snout. I don't know why I said snort. Whatever. But yeah, we want to go get a couple wither skulls. I know. I've done it a few times before, but I need them for the exhibit as well as a banner pattern. And, well, I'm just not ready to do the city just yet. But I will make it super duper quick and just show you the coolest of coolest. Because, this is going to be a long episode as it is. And we still have an entire kingdom to build over there. Also, one last little note is we're going to start putting some villagers and other interiors in some of these houses. Just sparsely scattered throughout. A lot of it you probably won't even see. Like, we're going to come in here and decorate this and make it like a little forge, a little armorer shop. And these are where our 2 armorers live. We don't really need more than 2. But anyways, let's go to get this done. And I might actually try to capture a wither skeleton while I'm at it and get him in that exhibit over in the zoo. Let's see what happens. Now, our super-duper quick little nether adventure is, well, actually super-duper quick. Normally it takes hours and hours and hours to get these stupid skulls. We get 2 in about 40 minutes. And, well, that's just a win, because it's really annoying without a farm to get these. I'm probably going to be building a wither farm very soon. But regardless, we have building on the brain. So we want to get our little museum distraction just done and over with, because, well, we have our Greek/Roman/ whatever else I decide to add into city to build. And unlike me getting distracted like I do in most episodes, I am going to finish it. Hundreds and hundreds of days, whatever, I don't care. It's going to be done. And I am so excited to finish it, because it's one of the projects I've been looking forward to for quite a while. But we get our skulls and we add our new exhibit, and, well, we got to get ready to build a massive city. Now, we've been working on this episode for a long time, and the time has finally come to do some building. And I mean big building. But we need some resources, so super duper quick, we are whipping up a little mason farm, because we need like 1.5 bazillion quartz blocks. Probably more than that. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous how fast this stuff goes. Absolutely obscene. And also, we are going to need a ton of tough block. And this is not all the grind we do. We have to stop building like 12 times to go get more resources, because we just run out. I am not very good at judging how much a build's going to take. I ain't even going to lie. That's 100% fact. And of course, we need the pain in the butt to get mangrove. Luckily, we did not need a ton of this. And we were going to need a whole lot of leaves because, well, it's a Greek city. And, well, there's going to be a lot of greenery. With plenty of resources, at least to start with, we get our little feets moving and get to building. And this turns out to be probably my favorite build I have ever done in Minecraft, period. If this was like an SMP or something, this would 100% be my base. This would be home base. I absolutely love it. And now, I'm just a fair warning here now. Strap in and buckle up because this is one heck of a freaking time lapse. I don't even know the exact numbers. I'm guessing this took about 15 hours. All I know is that when we end this, we're at day 2603 or 2606. That's over 300 days put into this episode. But do I regret it? Oh, no, no, no. I do not. And if anything, I had a blast doing this. But yeah, so we just get to rocking on building all these little Greek houses. We stick with the theme of red, green, blue, and white, and other variations of whites and grays. Now, modern Greek houses are white and blue. We went more with like the ancient theme because they had a lot more red and even like tans and browns in the roofs and things like that. And this is an ancient Greek city. This is definitely not modern. And of course, if people didn't watch the episode last time, there is a guardian farm underneath all this, which is why we chose this location for our little Greek isle. Now, speaking of it being an isle, there's a few things that we do not get done, and that is bringing the ocean floor up to the city and adding a little bit of beach and bank. And that is just not for this episode because, well, I ran out of time, and, well, I have another idea for that anyways. But without further ado, we are going to get to grinding, get to rocking, and build an entire Greek civilization. So, yeah, let's get this done, and I'll be back very, very shortly, my awesome peoples. All right, it has been 2,607 days. It's 300 days just on this episode. And we're sitting in the temple of the four-pronged trident. That doesn't even make any sense because try. But whatever, this is Minecraft. I can call it whatever I want. And, well, our city's done. Like I said earlier, besides bringing the ocean floor up and doing some beaches and one more little dock. But that is for a whole nother segment. Not an episode, just maybe a little intro in the next one. I'll just chat you guys up while I super duper do it all in like a minute. But I just want to show off a few of the highlights of the city before we call this one an episode. This here, I don't know if you can really tell when I was building it, but it's supposed to be a bathhouse. I got some inspiration off some old like drawings of Greek and Roman bathhouses. I don't know if it really looks like any of them, but I'd take a bath in here. Oh yeah, this looks pretty comfy. You know, we'll suds it up and get all nice and clean. And then over here, nothing too special, except for this right here. It leads down through rails down to our Guardian farm, which is the whole point of building this thing on top of it. And of course, our fishery. I really, really liked this one. Especially this here. I might change the way this is, but I wanted to use that to make it look like they're trying to catch crabs or lobsters or even just fish. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. If fish is a big part of any island or even peninsula, coastline city. And then our market. Pretty self-explanatory. We got our fish dealers over here, our meat dealers, food. We got our smith over here selling his wares. This dude's rich. Like, he's got a full stone structure because he deals in exotic cloth and colors and fancy clay pots. That dude over there is just selling honey. You know, non-GMO, FDA approved, might be pumped full of steroids. I don't know. The bees that made this were pretty jacked. But yeah, this is our little market. You guys have already seen the ship, right? And this right here might be my favorite thing I did. Oh my gosh. It doesn't look like much, or maybe it does. I don't really know. But when I'm here, I just feel so good. Like, if this was like a multiplayer world, this is where I would invite people over to chill. Like, come on, let's go have a conversation. Don't get burned by the fire. Oh yes, I love this so much. And the last little thing of big importance, or what I like anyways, is our villa. Now, this is one of the few buildings in this area that we are going to do the interiors in. Because when I'm in this area, I want a fancy place to sleep and rest. And this is my house. This is the villa. And this garden here, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I really like the pink flowers, which is weird because I'm not a big fan of pink in real life. But in Minecraft, I vibe with it. Except for, the cherry blossom trees. Let's just be real. They are not good. In my opinion, anyways. So yeah, that is our city. You dudes got big plans cooking up. And, well, I hope everybody's having an awesome, fantastic, wonderful day. And I'll see you dudes in the next one. Peace, fam. Welcome back to Chapter 16, you beautiful people. And, oh yeah, we about to do some Minecraft. And in the last episode, we built this Greek city. And, oh my gosh, am I in love with it. But we can't stop here. We got other things to do, more kingdoms to build. Now, we do have a couple little chores that we just have to get done because I don't want to leave any loose ends. Now, we did not do the underside of this city. This entire city is just floating on a platform. So before we get to rocking on all the new stuff of this episode, we're going to do a quick little time lapse of us just rocking out the bottom side of this city. So we start getting ready. Now, we had 104 levels from trading all that quartz for the city. And we also have these 3 poles that we got from our Sherd adventure. And, well, it pretty much makes a max fishing pole. It doesn't have Unbreaking 3, but we don't really need it because this thing will heal itself with the mending. Now, the reason we wanted this is because we need a whole bunch of pufferfish. Now, I could swim around and just kill them, but what's the fun in that? I don't really do a whole lot of fishing in the game, and this was an excuse to do so. So we whip up some potions of water breathing, and we are ready to go get this done. All right, about 35 days we wasted doing this foundation. I wouldn't say wasted because it's beautiful. I love it. It was definitely necessary, especially around the temple area, which was just free floating and looked really weird. And now our city is complete. Oh, that was on purpose. Don't worry about that. We'll be coming back here, though, because we're going to need some supplies from the Guardian farm. Also, not sure why I wasted so many resources on the top part of the foundation. Nobody's ever going to see that, probably including me, but I did it anyways, and whatever. I actually had to go farm for some of it. But yeah, so in this episode, we are planning on adding a new farm to our kingdom. We're planning on starting a new civilization somewhere. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We're going to do some adventuring, probably some fighting, and we want to try to get a new piece for the museum. Now, what's actually going to happen? I don't know, because you dudes know that my brain just does whatever it wants. Like, yeah, I can't control it. Sorry, guys. It's just the way it is. But let's go see what it does. Yeah. So, since the beginning of our series, a very, very long time, we have been getting bullied by the denizens of the Nether. I mean, since the very first time we entered. Yeah, I think I picked up some gold and some piglins got really mad at me. And I can't count the amount of times I've gotten down to 2, 3 hearts, and this is before I had totems and thinking the world was going to be over. Well, let me tell you, we're fed up with it. We're done with it. It is time for another hostile takeover. Let's go. Alright now, our kingdoms are expanding pretty quick. I plan on getting about 2 more done before we get to our next movie. That's just the plan. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. But, well, we want to get on the nether roof and start making a hub up there. And, well, it's going to take a little bit because I don't want to just make one block hole. I want to blow up enough of the bedrock that I can fly up and down from the roof to the normal nether. So, yeah, let's go see if I can get blown up. Now, this is the first time I've ever attempted to get into the nether roof before. So we are pillaring up from our old portal, and we are looking for a piece of bedrock that is sitting at Y127. Then we're going to throw down some ladders, and we are going to try to pearl through it. Alright, let's see if this works out well, or if I die in the bedrock. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Now, if you don't know, the way this works is it glitches a piston into breaking the bedrock underneath it. You have to place the piston at the exact tick that the TNT explodes. Now, full disclaimer here. If you're on Bedrock Edition, this will not work. If you're on Java Edition and you try this and it does not work and you die or get stuck up here, not my fault, my dudes. Telling you right now, there's a lot of explosions going on, and, well, you can kill yourself. But if you do it correctly, it's very, very little risk. Your armor's going to take a beating, but you should be fine. But test it in a world you don't care about first to get the rhythm down. But, yeah, we get our first 3x3 hole set up, and I'm ready to go. Alright, now, so we got our hole, which we might make a little bit bigger. I'm not really sure yet. And we got our new portal set up, and we broke the other one down there. Question is, does this bring us where we want to go? Let's find out. Alright, brings us where we want to go this way. What about the other way? Alright, alright. Our little nether hub here is going to be set up. Yeah, so we're just going to have to go through all our portals that we want to utilize and get all the coordinates and link these bad boys up. And I'm thinking we're going to make some type of structure around this whole thing. First up, we have our stronghold portal, and this one's only about 150 blocks away from our main portal. So there's no point in breaking the bedrock, because anything in the nether we want to access, we can get to through the giant donut hole we're going to be making in the ground. It's not going to stay 3x3, we're going to make it bigger. But we go ahead and get our second portal linked up. We only have 2 more portals that we need to set up, but both of them we're going to want to blow a hole into the nether roof because we're going to want access points to the nether at both of these locations. Now, this first one here, we are going to eventually set up a rail system to get up and down from here. But for right now, we are just linking the portals and we're going to set up a little platform to fly up to because, well, I only got so much time and I'm not wasting it right now. With my precise and elegant elytra skills, we make it to the last portal we currently have set up, and this one leads to the mangrove swamp, about 6,000 blocks to the south, southwest, southeast, something like that. And it's, once again, this is one of the ones we are going to want an access point into the actual nether. That way we don't have to fly here from our hub. So we blow a hole in the ground and we set up our portal, and we are ready to get rocking on our actual hub. Let's make it look awesome. Day 2670, and we have already gotten a lot of stuff done. So what do we want to do next? We want to go relax on the beach, play with our turtles, or do we want to take on yet another huge project that's going to melt my brain? I don't think I need to tell you guys which one we're doing. Let me show you. Okay, so we got lots and lots of fire resist potions, which means we're potentially going to be burning to death, or it's going to prevent us from burning to death quite a bit. And we got our first use for our wither roses. Tons and tons of blocks we're going to be turning into slabs. What are we doing? We are making ourselves a wither farm. Oh, I don't know how long this is going to take, but let's go take our little new roads and see how much we can get done. Now, right there at that crossroads, that's where we want to build our farm. But that also means we're going to have to mob-proof anything that's not lava within 128 blocks. And let's get to grinding. We start the absolute ridiculous task of placing all the slabs. After we're done with this and everything else we've done in the episode so far, we're sitting at about 120 days invested in the episode. Now, we did things kind of out of order. We actually did the nether hub before we did the bottom of the city. Why? Because I needed to go blow something up. I couldn't just jump right back into building some stuff, you know? Every once in a while, you just gotta blow something up. That's the way things work. Now, full disclosure here, this is not my design by any means. I learned how to do it from Shulkercraft, and I will link their video in my description. I don't even know if they are the original one to do it. Probably not, because Minecraft's been around forever. Either way, they were my inspiration. I didn't build the farm exactly how they had it, because I didn't need to utilize the automatic portion of it. I wanted to do it all manually. I want to get up close and personal, as well as use the looting anyways. And I'm usually needing to repair some gear, so it's a win-win plus a win. Now, this takes quite a while. We actually spend 70 days in the Nether. Obviously, we don't sleep. I think we took a couple rests back at home going back to get more supplies. Because, once again, I just never know how much supplies I'm going to need. And I'm not going to use some tool to calculate it. Why? Because it's Minecraft. It's a game. There's no point in doing that. Just grind and see what happens. And part of this was peaceful, part of it wasn't. I really, really hated doing anything on a heavy slant. I actually contemplated going and just farming a bunch of TNT at one point, but I thought, you know what, that's just going to make more of a mess, and then I have to dance around the lava. Speaking of which, if you do this, please take my advice and bring a bunch of fire resist potions. Not for the lava, for the blazes. Oh, they're so annoying without it, and they turn into little pretty kittens that can't hurt you with it. Exhausted, it is now time to actually put the farm together. And like I said, I adapt this to my needs, and I actually mess up just a little bit here, a couple times. One, the center block is in the wrong spot, so we have to shift that over. I don't think I actually show that. And also, the skeletons could not get to the drop chamber because I put too much glass around him, and I forget to break some blocks underneath. So the skeletons were just not walking into the right spot. But we play around with it, and we eventually get it flowing really well. However, the rates are not as great as we want them to be, at least not at the beginning. So we set up our collection and we go do a little bit of testing, and we'll adjust as we need. Oh my dudes, so cobblestone slabs has officially beat out stone as my most used block. 53,000 slabs. And honestly, there's probably some spots that I missed. Anyways, let's go check out this farm. Okay, so the farm is working pretty good. I want to adjust how I AFK here. Ooh, that's loud. But it's working pretty good. Right here is the exact point of the center of the farm. And I have spawn-proofed everything 128 blocks around it. Now, I, of course, probably missed a couple caves and some crevices here, but our rates are looking pretty good. Now, this is no tutorial, so I'm not going to do no hour AFK session to see what's up. I am going to take everything we've gathered from the testing, put it in some shulkers, and I'm going to do this for about 10 minutes and see what we get. Alright, so we tried it out for about 10 minutes, and, well, not too bad. We got 11 wither skulls, which is roughly about 60 an hour, and tons of coal. That's the big win. And this is everything we got from our testing. 29 wither skeleton skulls. This is just from coming back here and testing how well the spawn proofing is working. And oh my gosh, are those wither skeletons loud. That's better. Anyways, I think it's working perfectly fine, and it'll do for our needs, but passively, when I'm in here, if I see any mob spawning, I'll proof a little bit more, and I think it actually might help to extend out our slab range by 1 block all the way around this. But we're not doing that right now. We have other things we want to go do, and I think I'm done with the Nether for right now. I think we conquered it pretty good. We got wither skeletons doing our bidding and a whole hub set up. Let's go find something else to do. Alright. Now, the Ocean Kingdom will be popping up right here once we update this map, but we're not going to do that for a little bit. And like I've said many times, that we are approaching this like an RPG, and we need to add some new points of interest. Now, this area is going to be the Smugglers faction. I've said that before. We already got our steampunk city, and we got our capital. Now, we have plenty more to do in this episode, besides building and all that whatnot, and we've already done a lot. But our next thing that we want to get started, I'm not sure how far we're going to go on it just yet because I need a whole lot of supplies, is a barbarian camp. And I think I want it to be right here. I took a look at the area, and I don't think it's going to take too much terraforming. But you know, if it does, your boy will terraform forever. I don't care. But yeah, we are going to need a whole lot of dark oak, a whole lot of spruce, a whole lot of bone, and some other things. because we're going to make this thing dark and evil. And we collected 41 wither skeleton skulls, and we're going to be utilizing them in the build. We can always get more at our farm now that we got it set up. Well, let's go check this out and see how much work we're actually going to have to do to make this happen. Now, we had a ridiculous amount of experience, so we went on a quick little side mission. We wanted to get a fully maxed out trident that also had channeling. We're not worried about Riptide because we don't really need that right now, but this here will potentially give us the opportunity to multitask here, hopefully in the near future. I'll explain that in just a second. Alright, now, I think this is the area we're working with. We're going to have to remove all of this, and we're going to make like an invasion camp. We can even put some boats out here in the river, like troops are coming in, because it's only just a little bit from our capital. You go about 20 blocks that way, you can see the tip of our capital. And we also, well, clearly just did a new trident. Why did I make that new trident? It's because I needed channeling, and we might as well get a 100% maxed throw-in trident anyways. And we have our shield and our trident, and we're going to keep those on us. And the reason we're doing this is we need more mob heads for our exhibit. Now, just either there or right over there is a stony shore. And we're going to set up some traps for some charged creepers. Now, we have to wait for it to thunderstorm, but when it does, we are ready. And shouldn't be too hard, and I might get killed by a creeper, but I have my totem, so I'm feeling pretty confident. But, well, let's get back to yet another grind. I promise I will do something other than grind in this episode, but right now this is what we're doing. So, before we get ourselves on our grind, we had to set up our traps. We want to get our creepers in here and get them name tagged up now, because when a thunderstorm comes along, we are not going to have time to do this on the fly. Oh, no, because, well, skeleton traps will be spawning, other mobs will be spawning, and, well, it can get really, really dangerous. So we just wanted everything prepared so that way later all we have to do is strike these guys with the trident and get the mobs we want to blow up in there next to them. Not that big of a deal. This really went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Most of these creepers cooperate really, really well. And when I say most of them, I mean everyone except this guy right here in a second. Oh, wait for it, and ba-boom. Luckily, we're pretty geared up, so not the biggest deal. Although, if they get right up in our face, they can do some serious damage to us. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 creepers ready to go. And now we just need a thunderstorm. But anyways, these 3 here are going to be for mob heads. 2 creepers, 1 zombie. Why 2 creepers? Because we want 1 for the banner pattern so we can collect that bad boy up. Because we're going for all the collectibles, as many as we can anyways. That one over there, that's actually going to be a charged creeper that's going to go in the hostile mob habitat. That has potential to go very, very, very wrong. But it is what it is. Anyways, we are ready to go, and we're going to go grind on our new project. And when the weather gets crazy, we're going to come back here and make some magic happen. While we're waiting for the lightning and even possibly the thunder, we start getting our canvas just cleared out. Now, we have a rough idea of what we want most of the buildings in this barbarian camp to look like. We do not, however, have any idea how big we want to make this. Now, if you know your dude by now, I'm probably going to go overkill and probably connect that cliff to this cliff and all kinds of crazy whatnot and span this thing way, way farther than it really needs to go. But that's me. All right, the time has come.
Hey, hold up.
All right, well, we got our zombie head and we got a creeper head. We really wanted a second creeper head so we could make the banner pattern and finish off that piece in the museum. But it is what it is. I made a boo-boo. And, well, a couple of the creepers burned to death because apparently trapdoors, even if they're open, they don't let the rain through. So the creepers didn't get put out. It is what it is. I was wondering why they were dying. And also, we got like 1,000 skeleton horses now. But, whatever. Taking a quick moment to reset all our traps. That way we are ready for round 2. Now, it could thunderstorm again in 10 minutes, and it could thunderstorm again in 10 hours. I'm not exactly sure the exact numbers, but I know the percent chance per day is really low, like 1 or 2%. But we go ahead and just work on our clearing for just a little bit longer, getting this ready for the next episode. We are not building this in this episode, but let me tell you right now, it's going to be big. But we do have a couple other things we want to do, following our Nether conquest theme. Okay, now, we're going to annihilate our old little mini hub we set up right at the beginning of the game. And we want to set up 2 more farms right next to our compass hub. Now, this farm broke. It's broken. One of the updates, I think it was like 120.2 or something, changed the hit distance. And, well, the iron golems used to be immune to these guys, and now every time I put them in there, they just die. They produced a couple stacks of froglites, and then they just gone. So we are going to revamp this whole design, put it up there, as well as a magma cream farm, because we have a big farm coming up, not next episode, probably the one after, and we're going to need a whole lot of magma blocks. And I know I said at the beginning of the series, like, what would I ever use that much magma for? Well, I'm gonna. Anyways, I'm gonna annihilate this, and we're gonna go get some powdered snow and build 2 farms. Activate montage mode. We spawn-proof our old farm and steal our hoppers back, as well as just make a little platform for us to land on. For right now, we're going to make that a lot cooler later. Snatching up some powdered snow. I actually kind of like powdered snow as long as I'm not falling through it. That's really annoying. Random flyby of our Greek city. Oh, I could do that all day long. Playing with some froggies, breeding them up so we can relocate their offspring. Definitely not stealing their babies. Don't you worry about that, okay? They volunteered for this. Okay, now, then we move on to what I call killing 2 stones with 1 bird. One side of this is jungle, one side of this is forest, so we can grow both these variants up at the same time. The last one we have to go to the the end, just because it's the easiest way to do it, honestly, because I don't have any cold biomes super close. And we start wrangling these guys towards the portal, and then we're going to get to building. Okay, now, we got ourselves some new froggies ready to come through that portal, and 6 shulkers full of various resources. And we're going to be building 2 more farms to keep on with Nether Conquest Part 2. And, well, one's going to go right there, one's going to go right there, because this is all Basalt Delta. One of them is going to replace the Froglite farm that got broke down there with a whole different design. The other one is going to be a magma farm, magma cream farm, actually. And they're pretty similar as how they function, except for the killing mechanisms. Yeah. And that one right there, the magma cream one, is going to be coming real clutch here in a couple episodes when we build another farm over in the Nether Wastes over there. But, yeah, let's do this. Now, I know this episode's been all over the place, and if you dudes have hung in there, well, you're troopers, because I can't even keep up with what the crap I'm doing. But anyways, this farm version is going to use powdered snow to break the magma cubes down into the little ones, and the frogs are going to eat it. Now, our little building session here gets interrupted yet again, but it is what it is, and we take our opportunity. Alright, looks like we get ourselves another shot. And apparently we're going to have to deal with phantoms as well. Alright, we got our second creeper head, and we got this little guy trapped here to go in our exhibit. Does the name tag stay once they're turned, or do they become like a different entity? Let's go find out. Okay, he's still in there. Let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, now, unless I'm doing a tutorial, I normally don't AFK a farm and then show the results. I used to do tutorials, but it wasn't really my jam, and, well, they're all outdated now anyways. But in this one, I'm going to show the results, because we AFK'd up there for 30 minutes. Now, this farm here, it did okay. Nothing too crazy. It's alright. It'll do for right now. But this farm over here is a little too effective. Yeah, it's, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these frog lights. I actually think this one actually got more magma cream than that one. But it is what it is. I'm still glad I have both because, well, I'm only going to need so many frog lights, but I can always use more magma cream, which is really weird to say because, like I said in the beginning of the series, I said, I'll never need that much. Well, now I need a whole lot. Yeah, this has been one heck of a journey. Oh my gosh. We still have one last thing to do before we call this ADHD brain chaos episode an end. And that is put our exhibit in the museum because we worked too hard on it not to. Let's go do that. And that last task is finishing our mobhead exhibit. We got way too lucky with 2 thunderstorms to not finish it. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen, but yep. All right, now we have another exhibit done, and I think the next one we're going to do is going to be the trial ruins. I didn't want to do that in this episode because we did a lot of excavating in the last episode. But anyways, distractions aside, all the mob heads are done except for the piglin. That one's a pain in the butt to get, and also I need the disc to go with it. I don't even think I have that. So we'll be doing that later. But yeah, it's about time to call it for this episode. Oh, it's been about 160 days. I really thought it was going to take a lot longer to do everything I did because we did a lot of stuff. We built a nether hub. We blew a hole in the nether roof, connected it all up to all our current portals, finished the bottom of our city, our ocean city, that is. We started clearing out a space for that barbarian camp. Oh my gosh, that barbarian camp is next episode, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be awesome. Built 3 new farms. Well, one of them's a revamped farm, but you get the point. Placed like 80,000 blocks. And, well, there's no breaks. I'm jumping right into the next one. But as far as this one, we're done. And I hope you dudes enjoyed. I truly do enjoy reading all your guys' comments. I haven't been getting to them as quickly as I want to here recently, but I don't care if they're a month old. I will reply to them. It just might take me a minute. And just hit 800 subs. I just want to say thank you all for all the love and support. And I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going. That's right. And, well, have a great day, you awesome people. Peace. Well, hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to Chapter 17. I hope you all are having an absolutely beautiful day. And, you know your boy is about to do some Minecraft. And, well, we have a lot of stuff we want to get done in this one. Oh my gosh, let me show you. All right now, besides the barbarian camp we started clearing out in the last episode, we have an absolutely ridiculous amount of stuff we want to do. Now, we want to get 2 mobs in there. I know. I said this in the last episode and the one before, but we actually have a charged creeper ready to go over when we were farming mob heads. And that one right there, I think I want to get a full-size magma cube in there. And then we're going to do one more layer on top of that hostile mob habitat, which will give us spot for 6 more hostile mobs. I know one's going to be a wither skeleton, and another one's going to be a blaze. As far as the other hostile mobs, I'm not really sure yet. Maybe try to get one of the bogged in there, and maybe even lure a breeze? I don't know if I can even trap them in there, but we might try that. And another thing we want to start doing, which we actually started doing on the ocean episode, the Ocean City episode, is turning some of these buildings in our city into trading halls and farms. Now, when I built this city, do I love it? Yes. Could I have done it better? Yeah, I could have. But at the time, I could only record first-person footage, which means I had to use 2 computers, and it was a super pain because Replayed Mod was down. So I also might change some of the designs of these city buildings, because I kind of just had to I only had so much to work with. Now, besides that, we want to excavate some trial ruins. We want to build some farms and other crazy stuff that will probably get me killed, or at least put me at the risk of getting killed. Let's be real. I almost die like once an episode. It's absolutely ridiculous. I really love these totems. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to grinding. Let's do some stuff. Now, we have survived over 2,800 days at this point, and our inventory is absolutely crazy. So we needed a new spot to store some stuff. So we add several more chest rows into our storage room. And yeah, the problem here is we have no item frames for these chests. I have no leather. And that's how I like to identify what is in the chest. So we have even more chores to go do. And we're going to need to build a leather farm. But first, I'm going to need the fungus to build the leather farm. And, well, I actually did a tutorial on this floor shifter I'm building right here. And this is how smart your dude is. I did the tutorial on it, and I forgot how to build it. Yeah, because I'm super duper big brain genius at this game. But I had to go watch my own video to figure out how I built it in the first place, and then come back and build it. Yeah, I'm just that good. Anyways, we do get it done, and we decorate yet up another house for another farm. Now, this build here is a Hoglin farm, and it is, at least as far as I know, it's designed by more things, something along those lines. I will post their video in the description. But let me tell you, this farm works very well, and it's very easy to build. It rocks. I don't have any use for the pork chops. So I decided to use campfires instead of soulfire, so I could sell those pork chops for emeralds. It's just a win-win and a win. But oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. Now, I had already filled one shulker full of pork chops, and we AFK'd this thing for about 30 minutes. So in total, we got about a double chest of pork chops and 4 stacks of leather. That is pretty sweet. If I didn't have golden carrots, I'd be set up on food, but I definitely prefer the golden carrots. So all these pork chops are going to be turned into emeralds, which we're going to use to buy building blocks, honestly. And, well, we go ahead and whip up some new villagers, and we had already put our item frames in the storage room, but that's boring, so I'm not going to show that. We start whipping up our butcher shop, and you know we're going to decorate it up, because like I said, we are going to fill up all these houses with farms and villagers, at least as many as we can. I mean, there's only so many villagers I really need. But whatever. I really do enjoy doing interiors, and, well, it's not something I really get a chance to do very often because, well, content-wise, there's just always so much grind. And we go ahead and give our butcher shop a name. And I attempt to go with the old English spelling, but I'm dumb, don't know how to do it, and I was like, I'm lazy, I'm just going to make it simple. All right, now, we started this one off with a bang. We already got 2 new farms and started repurposing some houses. Let me show you what we got done so far. Also, this is our Poppin' Potion shop, our Poppin' Potion depot. I forgot I even named it that. But you guys have seen that in previous episodes. And of course, our new, we'll call it Pork to Emerald farm. Yeah, that's going to be very handy when it comes to these guys. Okay, this one's not decorated yet, but I can trade all those emeralds from the pork for building blocks for the new builds. That's awesome. And then we got our floor shifter area. Now, we can swap these blocks out to be grass, we can swap them out to be crimson, and just get various things, different flowers, different nether stuff, and it really costs is bone meal. Yeah, it'll come in very handy. Unfortunately, with the flowers, I'll only get certain ones because, well, you have to be in a certain biome to get certain flowers. And I still need to do the interior of this one, but this is our little armor vendor that we started working on when we were getting armor for the museum. But anyways, speaking of the museum, I want to go excavate some trial ruins. Hopefully I can get everything I need from one. I don't know. But I definitely want to do one completely intact. I want it to be an excavation site. And if we do not get everything we need from the one, then I'm going to go find more and just annihilate them just for the sherds and the other collectibles. But yeah, let's go do that. Now, we had a bunch of trial ruins as well as other structures that we have not rated, just marked on our coordinates. We've been taking screenshots since the beginning of the game, just kind of seeing where we might want to go next. Now, the reason we chose this one for our excavation site is, one, it didn't have a bunch of jungle around it, and two, it is almost exactly in line with the east direction from our nether portal, our nether hub. And we don't have a road going that way yet. So this gives us our opportunity to, make one go that way. But I have just been yammering and talking. You guys have been listening to my dumb voice this entire episode. And, well, I got a lot more dumb things to say later, but for right this second, let's rock out and just get this part done. Okay, now, so we excavated our first entire trial ruin. I think I'm actually going to come back here, maybe even in this episode, and make this thing look like a true excavation site instead of just a hole. But we have all the templates we need because we can duplicate them. We do not have enough of the sherds. We also don't have the music disc. So we are going to go to the excavation site that we started on, I don't know, episode 6 or 7, and we're going to annihilate it. We're not going to excavate that one very carefully. We're just specifically looking for the suspicious gravel. Yeah, because I'm not doing this again. No, it was fun, though. I really, really enjoyed this aspect of the game. It was very, very peaceful. Let's go get some more work done. Round 2, fight. The last one was a surgical procedure. Very elegant. This one here, straight up smash and grab. Oh yes, we don't care about this one at all. Even though the structure itself seemed like it would be much cooler than the one we actually excavated. But, oh my gosh, I was not digging out this jungle to do so. Oh no, no, no. Oh, that would just take too much work. All we are here for is for the valuables. Alright, well, I think we tapped this one out too. But we're getting closer. Well, we almost got all our trims, so we don't even need to duplicate them. Still don't have that music disc, and these two here are being really stubborn. Let's try it one more time. Now, I know there's been a lot of time lapses so far, but I really want these trial ruins done. But we do have other plans for this episode as well. And oh my gosh, stuff goes haywire here in just a second. 3, 2, 1, ba-boom, another totem pop. In my head, actually out loud, whenever this happened, I was looking at the other creeper and I pulled out my bow and I was like, I see you, buddy. And his friend came up from behind me, was like, you need a hug. Oh my gosh, my heart literally dropped out of my chest. Oh. That was the second or third totem pop? I know we popped one to lava. Oh. We got some extra totems. Let's go fight in these caves and proof this so that doesn't happen again. Where did it possibly spawn from? Okay, what is going on? Well, I'm calling it now. Creepers are the way I'm going to go out in this game. I just have a feeling, but we're feeling a little safer, and hopefully it doesn't happen in this episode. But yeah, we finally get our music disc. Yes. Oh, we finally got it. Oh, wonder how far we are away from our sherds. Okay, we finally got that music disc, and we only need 6 more sherds, and we are completely done with the sherds. Like, we'll have 5 or more of every single one. But I've also tapped this one out, and I'm going to go try to find that one we originally started when we were collecting animals. I don't even remember on which episode. I might even have to watch my video and check the coordinates of where I did that. Now, you people's got to be tired of seeing me dig all these stupid holes, because I'm tired of digging all these stupid holes in these stupid trial ruins. We ended up doing about 5 of them, and it was really stupid. All right, I won't say stupid anymore. But anyways, it was a real grind. It took 6 hours, but the completionist in me was not going to let me stop until I was finished. And yeah, it was worth it. It was stupid. Oh, we finally got them all. Oh, that took a ridiculous amount of time. But it is what it is. Let's go home. Also, if I have to ever start a new world, I think I might consider living in Spruce Taiga. Or Old Pine Taiga. We start heading home with all our new museum pieces that we worked our booties off for. Oh my gosh, did we. But we still have one super duper quick little thing to do. And that is connect this portal, our east portal, to our hub. So we just lay out the foundation of this road. And then we decorate it up just a little bit. Now, I think later on in the future, I'm going to come back here and add banners and some other decorations to our Nether hub and all the connecting things. Because eventually it's not going to be just a crossroad. It's going to be more like a spider web interconnecting all our cool stuffs. But we finally get to the point where we can do our new exhibit. And we weren't really sure how we wanted to do it. We're just kind of winging it. We just knew we wanted to use most of the blocks from the ruins that we excavated. So I thought it came out pretty cool. Although I did think I had more space, and I did not. But we finally put the roof on our museum. All right, now, so here's all our hard work. This is why we grinded so hard. This was a big piece for the museum, and was it worth it? I don't know, but I did it. Anyways, I really thought it was all going to fit in this one area, so I had to modify right here because it did not. I'd say out of all of these, this little creeper dude here is probably my favorite, even though that's probably how I'm going to die. Now, as far as what we still need to do for this museum, not in this episode, but what's left for it. We still need to get the pig step disc and a piglin head. Don't know where I'm going to put that just yet. But this wall here is going to be for all the music discs you can get from making a skeleton kill a creeper. And then we also need to go to the ancient cities and get that really scary silence trim. Yeah, that's going to suck. Big time. But anyways, museum is coming along. We decided to go ahead and put the roof in because at this point we're pretty much done except for a few more exhibits. But yeah, I think it was worth it. What do you guys think? You tell me in the comments. Was this worth it? And let's go do some more stuff. Now, you know we have a big build coming up, but we're just not done playing around just yet, okay? Now, we want to get some new friends into our habitats, and by friends, they want to make me dead. And, well, the first one has a very high possibility of making me dead. So we set up our creeper trap for our charged creeper that we name tagged when we were getting the mob heads in the last episode. And we name him Sparky. And Sparky, he cooperates like a champ. Let me tell you, nothing could ever go possibly wrong. Okay, I'm completely lying. This dude, first of all, did not want to get on the bridge, like, at all. Like, he wasn't having it. Yeah, he was kind of a jerk. And then he was on the bridge, and he was like, all right, dude, I'll follow you. And he was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm dipping out. Like really, bro? This is how we're doing this? So we decide, whatever, we're not even going to use the bridge. We're just going to lead him a foot and just have him float across the river. Well, he takes about 9 years to float across the river. That actually went pretty smooth. A couple drowns attacking me, none of them had tridents. No big deal. Okay, and we finally get this guy into the habitat. Oh, we are so, so happy. Like, this took a long, long time, but our buddy does join us, and it was absolutely awesome. Until that. Okay, well, that just happened. That sucks. Uh, New plan? I'm just gonna get a regular creeper in here, and then I'll hit him with lightning whenever a thunderstorm comes. Ugh. Once again, your dude is super duper smart. We make a spawning platform that theoretically only creepers should be able to spawn in. But here's why I'm smart, or lack thereof. Didn't need to. Never even dawned on me. See that creeper right there? That they would just spawn inside the habitat. Yeah, like this was so much easier. Why would I not do this in the first place? Whatever. We did it. Okay, well, that was much easier. The creeper just spawned in there. Okay. Just need a thunderstorm and we got a charged creeper. Now, we were waiting and hoping for a thunderstorm to finish off that creeper exhibit, so we had some time to kill. So we start whipping up an exhibit for the magma cube. And, well, I was unsure at this point in time whether the rain or the water could hurt the magma cubes. So I was a little worried about wasting all my time. But it goes fairly okay. We get this guy through the portal, and he follows pretty good. Just very, very, very slow. Come on, buddy. You got this. Do not fall in the water, bro. I don't know if he's going to make it before daylight runs out. Like a big dummy, I forgot the name tag, so I try to fly back to our storage room to grab one, and this dude just jumps right into the water. Now, luckily, he's fine. Not that big of a deal, but I was worried at first because I was not sure. But, yeah. I really thought these dudes would die in water. I'm really glad he didn't. Okay, well, that was a long journey, but that's done. And we still need a thunderstorm to make this dude charged. I'm not really in a big rush to do that, but when one pops up, we'll get it done. I really hope the lightning doesn't go through the blocks to these guys, though, because that would be a pain. Alright, so we've been running around our capital here, just doing a few chores, waiting for a thunderstorm. It's been about 10 days. And, well, I've done all the chores that I could possibly do. Still no thunderstorm. We'll get to it, though. But let me show you what I did do. I accomplished something in Minecraft that nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever done before. Let me show you. I have achieved what I like to call Shulker Zero. No more Shulkers. They're all sorted. And I say this jokingly, but if you are a late game Minecraft player, oh my gosh, the pain of sorting shulkers after big builds when you got like 50 of them just full of crap. Oh, it's so good when they're all just sorted out. But anyways, we did expand this out. Now, I showed that earlier just a little bit. We're still working on a few things. This is all for concrete and concrete powder. This is mostly decorative blocks. Mob loot. Specialer mob loot. That's right. I said specialer. That's a word now. And we got rid of all of this and made ourselves a little cozy cubby when we need to sleep in here. Came out pretty cool. And I still feel like I'm going to need to expand this out even more. Oh, and check this out. Now, in the last episode, we placed a ridiculous amount of slabs and stone. Now, you guys might be wondering, where did that come from? Well, remember when I dug out the steampunk city? This is our overflow room. Now, these boxes here, these all used to be 100%. Oh, I've changed that one to Prismarine. 100% full. Yes, every chest here, from here to here, was full of stone and cobble. Now, if I condensed it, there might be about that much left. Yeah, that's how many blocks we placed last episode. Okay. I procrastinated enough. Let's go build an invasion camp. Yeah, at least until it thunderstorms, then we'll hit that creeper and go right back to the camp. Don't worry about this dirt road here. That's a very important road. That's going to stay there until I bring all the villagers over to their trading halls in the village. Anyways, let's go super duper build. Okay, now the caffeine gets my brain just a chugging along, and well, we have a bigger task here than we originally thought. If you guys remember from the last episode, or maybe even before that, I don't even remember anymore. It's all just a blur. I said this should not take much terraforming, but if it does, I ain't scared to do it, because you know I do terraforming all the time. And well, it takes a lot of terraforming. Oh my gosh, the angles were so steep throughout the entire mountain that it just wasn't going to work. I had to section it off, and I think it's going to end up looking pretty freaking cool once it's done. However, now I have to figure out how to make all these walls look cool, because I don't want to do just normal stone. I've done that before, and well, I'm going to have to play around with some color palettes and see what I can actually make work. But we do have the idea of basically where we want certain things to go, so at least that's a win. All right, time's finally come. Let's go get this charged creeper. All right, that went pretty smooth. Can't complain. Let's go back to grinding. With our sparkling, explodey friend back home just living his best creeper life, we put the final touches on just setting up our canvas. And, well, this is going to be one heck of a build. I honestly don't know if the entire thing is going to get done in this episode. I am going to try my best, though, my dudes. But, yeah, so we are going to need a ton of spruce. At least I think I do. Either way, we'll have a ton of spruce in the future. Whatever. We ended up getting about 3 shulkers just of spruce alone, and we got tons of dark oak. Those were the 2 woods we were planning on using. We still may, but we're also considering using basalt. I don't quite know yet. We're going to have to play it by ear and kind of see what happens. But let's go. All right, my dudes, we have 40 days left until 3,000 days. Oh, that's going to be crazy. So we still have a little bit more to do. I am going to be ending this one off right at about 3,000 days, though, because I'm just going to tell you, I'm wore out. But let's just do a quick little tour where we're at right now. These are our docks. We got some little tiny ships, a little bit bigger ships, and, well, the whole idea is that these troops are landing here. They are coming in, and they're going right up here to the quartermaster. And immediately the quartermaster is going to gear them up. Now, this is the quartermaster's house. And, well, these guys are supposed to be not materialistic, okay? They're given their weapons, they're given their armor, and the only thing they care about is fighting. Yeah. Which, why on the other side of this, we have our little sparring pit. They get their weapon over there, they come over here, and they just, get to fighting. Maybe there's a commander sitting in the seats deciding which troop, which area they're going to go into the military fight. Yeah. And then over here, I don't like to think about this as like a housing unit. I like to look at it as like a triage. You're over here, you're fighting, you get half your arm cut off, and then you come over here, and the apothecary tries to reattach your arm, and then you die in 2 days from an infection, because back then you lose a toenail, and you're done for. That's just true. Anyways, let's go look at some more stuff. Now, we knew somewhere in here we wanted a mine shaft where they would be digging out materials for their conquests. Now, I chose this area here, and I knew there was a cave somewhere under this mountain because we covered part of it up way up there. But I did not know when I dug this cave, or this little hole right here, that it was going to line up so perfectly with this area. Shut up, zombie. I'm doing a speech. Leave me alone, bro. But anyways, yeah, so they like to be collecting their fuel, their more materials for weapons, and whatnot. And this over here is, I don't know. I really don't know what this is. We'll just call it an eating and chilling place. Okay, just where the veterans just come to just throw back some meat and some mutton or whatever. And one of our first big housing areas. There's going to be a lot of tents in this build. Just because I feel like the soldiers aren't going to have dedicated houses. And even the commanders aren't really going to have houses. They're going to look fairly just thrown together. And that's the way I want it to be. But I really like the way these tents came out. I don't know. I was pretty proud of them. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then we just got a little pig pen because, well, they're going to need to eat and, bacon. Bacon should be in the game. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Makes you super awesome for like 10 seconds and then you could barely move like real bacon. Yeah. And then the last little area we got done is our kennel masters. This is the kennel master's house. We still have to do the interior. It's a little tiny one. Should be pretty easy. But like I said, basic structure, like it was thrown together, but still pretty cool, It's more about the surroundings of the structure than the structure itself. And I chose the hyena-looking dogs for the kennel master. I don't know why. I just felt like they would fit the best with like a warring tribe. Plus, like if you were going into war and then like you're about to attack some dude and you hear a hyena laugh at you and then dogs charge at you while you're attacking this dude, you're like, what the crap? I'm done with this war. I'm out of here. Yeah, well, figure that one out. I don't know. And it's a sad day. We are no longer at Shulker Zero. This is going to be fun later. Whatever. We also did some changes to the walls. When I originally did these walls, I put a bunch of buttons and that polished deep slate all over the walls. And originally I thought, okay, that's pretty cool, right? I decided it was just too much. It was too busy. So I took almost all of the buttons and the polished deep slate out. And I like it a lot better, honestly. So I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. But yeah, anyways, we are not going to get this whole build done in this episode. It's just not happening. But what we do want to do is finish off this section of this layer. And then what that will do will be, it will just leave us with our grand hall up here, which is going to go from here up around where I've cleared the trees all the way back down to here. And that's going to be a fairly grand building. Just a giant war hall. But for right now, I need a break from this building because it's just taken forever. So I am going to go collect up some horses to make these dudes, a war stable. They can ride into battle in style. And then we'll get back to see what we can finish up before we hit 3,000 days. All right, we got 2 horses that's spawned pretty close. And I like both their patterns, too. Do they want to be my friends? These dudes were so excited to be my friends, they could not contain themselves. Just kicking and jumping. I was like, settle down. They just saddle you up. It's kind of like you ever pick a toddler up from daycare and he bulldozes all his other friends to get to you because he sees you. Yeah, something like that. But either way, we get our little friends back home, and we decide we want a couple more variants. All right, those dudes look pretty cool. Before I delete that bridge, I'm going to go over towards that plain and see if there's any other horsies. Why do I keep saying horsies? Equine? Horse? Whatever. Oh, we want this dude. Oh yeah, I like him in the leather armor. Let's go get one more of his friends. Alright, I think these dudes will do. Alright, now if I remember right, it's golden carrots for horses. So let's get a couple more. Oh, it's a cute little horsey. Oh, that's adorable. Oh my gosh, I love these animals so much. Get out of my way, buddy. I'm trying to look at your babies. Oh, it's because I'm holding the carrot. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, that should do. Anyways, what are we going to do now? Well, past Hooligan, I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get this city done. Yeah, current editor Hooligan here, and I'll tell you right now, I know I said I wasn't going to be able to get this done in this episode. Well, I just had to finish it. I had no choice. I had to do it. So I ended up staying up all night, like waking up at or not waking up, but getting done at like 6 in the morning. Just finishing this up because I really wanted to see what it was going to be when it was done. I mean, I worked so freaking hard on this one. And I honestly think it came out pretty cool. Anyways, I think it's time for us to jam out. $3,010 days, my dudes. Oh my gosh, I am wore out. And you know I'm just going to go right back into another grind. But let's check out what we actually finished up. Oh, pro jump. See that? We got a little war room. Still got some details to add up in here, but this is the basic idea of it. And then we got ourselves a little mess hall. And I wanted it to be open because, well, it's not fancy. They're soldiers and they're just throwing down their grubs so they can go fight stuff. And up here, just a weird little smithing area. I don't know. At this point of the build right here, I was just like, I'm tired. I'll fix anything I don't like later. But it came out okay. And we got some extra tents, for all the soldiers. And as I was building all this, some cows spawned over by them fields over there. So, all right, well, now they got cows. Which makes sense because if you're a medieval tribe or a medieval war camp, your staples would be bread, which you need milk for, wheat, which you need to make bread, and cured meats, which that's where the pigs come in. And I guess they could cure beef too, but I don't think they was making jerky back in those days. They might have been. I don't know. And yeah, so this is our entire camp. Not too much else around here. Yeah, we put an extra 8 hours into this, and, well, I'm tired, but I'm glad it's done. And we are ready to move on to the next one. And I'll do some little details here and there, probably off camera. And this right here, I am not excited about. Oh, man. That's going to take a while. But anyways, yeah, let's do one little quick flyby, and then we got to call this one an episode. Oh, my gosh. This thing is big. It's definitely much bigger than the Ocean Kingdom. Yeah, the Greek city, it's way, way bigger. Definitely, I don't think it's as big as the capital, though, although it's pretty close. Meh. Anyways, yeah, that pretty much does it for this episode. I had so much fun doing this, and I really, really hope you all enjoy. And, well, I'm going to get into some wild stuff in the next one. So, as always, peace and love, and I hope everything in your life is going awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.